bro again. Look, I should get a suit and tie out the closet if I had one. I'm a hood ass nigga. I'm not professional like that. I'm gonna be one day though. Y'all gonna be like, ooh, that nigga got a suit on. I'm just saying. But look, we got a history lesson today. Facts about slavery never mentioned in school. Now, some shit they really don't mention in school. They like to hide and all that crazy shit. Like, got a lot of shit behind the scenes we don't even know about, not in books or nothing. Nobody know about you. It just there's a lot of shit in this world you don't know about. And there's a lot of information that you don't know about. From me too. Cause my past video I did all that shit. Man, I never knew George Floyd was a criminal. I never knew that shit. And then it was like a comedian and he made like a joke on this shit, right? He was like, da 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 da. I would have shot the nigga. I never knew bro was a criminal, and now I kind of understand the joke. All right, but y'all in the comments saying crazy shit, y'all kind of a little bogus for that. Could have just told me what the deal was. But I don't really care though. I can take criticism or whatever. No shit. I've been criticized my whole life for a lot of shit. But you just learn from shit. That's all. Just take the shit. Like y'all be taking shit too serious. Just take from it and learn. But let's get to the video and stop talking. It's about slavery. So let's see what I don't know about slavery. Untold facts. Put in the comments if y'all want
The
something else
instrumental
to
use of the
react
history
to.
of slavery today also underlies the claim that slavery grew out of racism. For most of its long history, which includes most of the history of the human
So it
race,
did?
slavery was largely not the enslavement of racially different people, for the simple reason that only in recent centuries has either the technology or the wealth existed to go to another continent to get slaves and transport them en masse across an ocean.
Black Friday,
People were
right?
enslaved because they were vulnerable, not because of how they looked. The peoples of the
That's how I'm saying, bro. And nobody believe me. I was like, bro, okay, tell me in the comments, okay, guys? This is opinion. Like, it's not opinionated, but I heard this. It was something at my school, right? And they told me this shit in the history book. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. But they was like, they had a bunch of different races in slaves. Like, they even had some white people that was slaves, too. That's just some shit I heard, okay? They had like Mexicans, all that kind of shit.
Balkans were enslaved by fellow Europeans, as well as by the peoples of the Middle East, for at least 6 centuries before the first African was brought to the Western Hemisphere.
Damn, so they
Before
were
the
slaves
modern
before
era,
us?
by and large, Europeans enslaved other Europeans. Asians enslaved other Asians. Africans enslaved other Africans.
That's what I was saying, bro. I told you, bro. Every race at least had some slaves in it of their own kind. I kind of knew that, bro. I kind of did.
And the indigenous peoples of the Western Hemisphere enslaved other indigenous peoples of the Western Hemisphere. Slavery was not based on race, much less on theories about race. Only relatively late in history did enslavement across racial lines occur on such a scale as to promote an ideology of racism that outlasted the institution of slavery itself. Wherever a separate people were enslaved, they were disdained or despised, whether they were different by country, religion, caste, race,
Color.
or tribe. In East Africa, the Maasai were feared slave raiders, and other African tribes, either alone or in conjunction with Arabs, enslaved their more vulnerable neighbors. As late as 1891,
Wow.
it was reported that their more vulnerable African tribes, either alone or in conjunction with Arabs, enslaved their more vulnerable neighbors. As late as 1891, it was reported that Manyuema slavers had demoralized surrounding tribes, destroying crops, and famine reigned everywhere.
That's
Even
crazy.
in the early 20th century, Abyssinians were still raiding other Africans and carrying off slaves. It was 1922 before the British had gained sufficient control in Tanganyika to stamp out slavery there. Arabs were the leading slave raiders in East Africa, ranging over an area larger than all of Europe. The total number of slaves to stamp out slavery there, too, before the British had gained sufficient control in Tanganyika to stamp out slavery there. Arabs were the leading slave raiders in East Africa, ranging over an area larger than all of Europe. The total number of slaves exported from East Africa during the 19th century has been estimated to be at least 2 million.
Damn,
The
2 million
form in which
people.
the story of slavery has reached most people today has been along the lines of the best-selling book and widely watched television miniseries Roots by Alex Haley. Challenged on the historical accuracy of Roots, Haley said, "I tried to give my people a myth to live by. This instrumental use of history, or purported history, is open to the same objections as other instrumental myth-making. Despite the impression created by Roots,
That's what I'm saying. Like even if it's in the history book, sometime not in the history book, even if it's in books and shit, niggas be making myths, bro. Like dead ass, like Roman myths about fucking Zeus and shit like that. And I know people don't think that's all the way real and shit like that. I'm just saying, like, you never know what people just put in these books and shit. You don't know if everything in the Bible real or not. Now look, as I said that, you don't know if everything in the Bible real or not. I didn't say it wasn't, so don't be in the comments. Oh, you don't believe in the Bible? I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. I believe in all that. I'm just saying you never know. I'm just saying you never know though. I do believe it, but I'm just saying you never
during
know.
the era of the massive slave trade from West Africa, a white man was more likely to catch malaria in Africa than to catch slaves himself. The
Damn.
average life expectancy of a white man in the interior of sub-Saharan Africa at that time was less than 1 year. By and large, men from Europe or the Western Hemisphere came to the coasts of Africa, bought their slaves, and left as soon as possible. Even so, the death rates among the white crews of the ships carrying slaves to the Western Hemisphere were as high as the death rates among the slaves themselves. It was only much later, after quinine and other medical measures enabled Europeans to survive where there were tropical diseases, was it possible for them to invade Africa in force and establish empires there. But by then, the Atlantic slave trade had already been ended. During the era of that trade, Africa was largely ruled by Africans, who established the conditions under which slave sales took place. The crew of a slave ship was in no position to defy African rulers and their armies by going out across the land and capturing people willy-nilly.
So why they talking mostly about Africans if they just said everybody was like everybody was slaves and shit? I know they even got like some white Africans and shit like that. I think. I don't know. Tell me. But in the comments, tell me why they mostly talk about
The
Africans.
stronger African peoples captured and enslaved the weaker peoples. The same pattern found over the centuries.
That's what they said. That's what they said. Never mind. I gotta put it in the comments.
African rulers and their armies by going out across the land and capturing people willy-nilly. The stronger African peoples captured and enslaved the weaker peoples.
What?
The same pattern
Y'all
found
crazy.
over the centuries in Europe.
So, I don't want to, bro. Don't. Yeah. I don't want to be my opinion. So y'all saying we enslaved each other, and that's what kind of made slavery a little bit. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. That's what I'm saying. I'm just listening to what these people saying. That's basically what I'm hearing.
Asia, the Western Hemisphere,
Oh, that was
and
after.
Polynesia.
Probably
In
after.
Nyasaland, the Ngoni and Yao swaggered over and terrorized other tribes. In Uganda, the Baganda made life miserable for their neighbors. And the Nyoro and
This is
Hima
crazy.
of Anko enslaved Toro women and children. The Tutsi dominated the Hutu in Rwanda. The Maasai lorded it over the Kikuyu and Kamba. And the latter, in turn, held the Indorobo in a kind of serfdom. It was precisely the fact that Europeans, except for the Portuguese, seldom participated in the raids that captured and enslaved Africans that enabled most people in Europe and the Americas to remain oblivious to the traumatic experience that this was, with some Africans committing suicide to avoid capture and wives being whipped as they tried to cling to their husbands or children.
Damn, bro. Imagine somebody, your wife, right? Okay, you're a slave. It don't matter. Okay, they say it don't matter what race you was. If you was like bottom line, don't have money and shit like that, you might have was going. You had it was a great possibility you become a slave, right? That's what I'm hearing from the video. Okay, so I'm hearing from the video. But you telling me you see your wife get taken away, and you know what they already trying to do to her, make her clean, make her the R word and shit like that. bro. That shit, like, imagine living back in the day, bro. Y'all got a lot of, what the fuck is this thing? We gotta be so thankful, bro, that we not living in times like this anymore. And we also gotta be thankful, bro. You look at them other countries and shit, and they going to war, and the soldiers. Just today, bro. I seen a fucking soldier on Twitter taking a picture with a female bra. What is wrong with y'all niggas, bro? Can't y'all just make peace or some shit? Y'all fighting over land and materialistic objects and shit like that. 'Cause y'all want oil and want this, that, and the other thing. Like, bro. Oh, I think this should be mine. I think that should be mine. This, that, and the other thing, bro. Y'all, that's not cool, bro. And then why y'all gotta get females and shit like that involved? Like, why y'all gotta get the civilians involved? Like, that's fucked up all the way. Y'all going around hitting civilians for what? If y'all want a war, y'all have y'all war. Don't get the fucking regular people involved. That shit is definitely fucked up. I don't care. It's my opinion, bro. It's fucked up.
Historian David Breon Davis
People trying to
pointed
live their
out
life.
that Europeans had little contact with the actual process of enslavement, and that as late as 1721, the Royal African Company asked its agents to investigate the modes of enslavement in the interior. Europeans typically saw only the end results, enslaved people being offered for sale on the coast. It was much the same story in the Ottoman Empire, where those who bought slaves had no idea what these slaves had been through before.
Damn.
The unique position of the Western world in the history, and especially the destruction of slavery, need not imply that there was unanimity within the West on this institution. In addition to whites who defended the enslavement of Africans on racial grounds, or who opposed general emancipation on social grounds, there were many whites, and even blacks, who defended slavery as a matter of self-interest as
We
slave
know that.
owners. Although most black owners of slaves in the United States were only nominal owners of members of their own families, there were thousands of other blacks in the antebellum South who were commercial slave owners, just like their white counterparts.
Damn.
An estimated 1/3 of the free persons of color in New Orleans were slave owners, and thousands of these slave owners volunteered to fight for the Confederacy during the Civil War. Black slave owners were even more common in the Caribbean. In short, there were many defenders of slavery in the West, even in the 19th century.
Jesus.
And outside the West, slavery was too widely accepted to require defense. No other nation ended slavery in the same way as the United States did, and few ended it after so short a struggle, as history is measured. How and why did slavery end in most of the world? There were two major processes. Over the centuries, as more and more territories around the world consolidated into nation-states with their own armies and navies, raiding those territories to capture and enslave the people who lived within them became more hazardous in itself, and also risked military retaliation against the countries from which the raiders came. Thus, more and more peoples became off-limits to slave raiders over time. Put differently, the areas which remained subject to slave raiding over the centuries were primarily those where the people lived in smaller or weaker societies. Such societies continued to exist where it was difficult, for geographic or other reasons, to consolidate large areas under one government. This was true of the Balkans, the backwaters of Asia, and much of sub-Saharan Africa. By the early modern era, sub-Saharan Africa, with its numerous and severe geographic handicaps, was one of the last remaining areas from which vast numbers of people could be enslaved.
Oh, shit. Okay, guys. Damn. So we learned a lot today. Wu Rasta the teacher is here to inform you that this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. It's just to say, you gotta do more research on shit. Shit crazy to me, bro. I never thought this shit. See, I never was told this in the history book. Some shit you gotta learn. You learn more shit out of school from other people, from adults and shit in my comments than the fucking history book. See, I thought black people just getting attacked and shit like that. But if y'all never noticed, I'm not all the way black. My people come from an island called Nicaragua. It's like somewhere by Mexico type shit. But I'm half black, half Nicaragua, and part Cherokee, and I got a white grandfather. So I'm kind of mixed with a little bit of everything, just to say. So y'all be like, this, that, and the other thing. Hey, look, I can agree with anything. I can accept people' opinions. I can listen to them, and I can see where y'all coming from. You gotta understand, a lot of people in this world got opinions, and you gotta accept it. Not everybody gonna have the same mind and brain as you. You gotta learn that other people got opinions, and you gotta listen to them, and then they gotta listen to your opinion, and just come to an agreement in the middle or some shit like that. But that's crazy, bro. Black people own black people. White people own white people. Fucking black people own white people, and white people own black people, and British people own people. Everybody did it back in the day. That's what basically I'm hearing. So it's basically the lower class, the lowest class, without money and couldn't buy slaves and shit like that. You was most likely gonna become a slave. Basically, what I'm hearing. I'm just saying. Let me get back to this subject, bro. That's crazy, bro. Like getting your girl taken away from you to become a slave, and you already know what's gonna happen to her and shit, bro. That had to be so fucking sad. Imagine if y'all had children together and shit, and he just come take your wife to be a slave. That's crazy. I wonder, like, did he ever like know how they was going to different places to take slaves? I wonder if there was like ever hopping, like, you know what I mean? If there was ever like a slave war, like the slaves against them, and he just had a war. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if the video said that. I was listening very good. But can I tell y'all something else? A little secret about me? I have bad ADHD. It's hard for me to concentrate sometimes, so I'm not gonna get every detail in videos. I'm not gonna get every detail, like, at all. I have ADHD. Bad, in fact. Very bad. I can't keep still. I'm always moving my hand. Why you think I'm always moving around and shit? I love y'all niggas though. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all that crazy shit for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let the video get out to them people that thought I was just bad reactor or this, that, and the other thing because of my opinion about that joke about George Floyd. I didn't know he was a criminal. I didn't know he did bad shit. I didn't even know they said he was on drugs or some shit. And they said he was yelling he can't breathe and shit like that. Cause he was on. All I know is I never knew he was that type of person, bro. I thought he was a normal black man. Like, I don't know. And then when there was black people was doing all that marching and shit, I don't know, bro. I really don't know. And they said the autopsy had drugs in them and shit like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna give my opinion on it because I don't got time for all them crazy ass comments anymore. I do not. I do not got time to feel like everybody hate me for some reason because of my opinion. But I just want y'all to know that I was opinionated and I didn't know. And y'all told me. Some of y'all told me nicely. Some of y'all told me rudely. I still responded with the utmost respect. Cause even though I'm probably a hood person or not as professional as some of y'all with y'all words and shit like that. I I'm a professional. I can say that myself. I'm a professional. I'm gonna come at you professionally. I ain't gonna be rude, telling you this, that, and the other thing. Fuck you, nigga. This is my opinion. Nah, nah, nah. Now I'm gonna come at you like this. This how I'm gonna come at you. Hey, I did my research. I understood where he was coming at with the joke. I was just trying to search of, like, at the time I didn't know he was a criminal or nothing. I was trying to find why the joke was funny. Why would you shoot George Floyd instead of holding him on the neck? I don't know. Let y'all niggas like, comment, subscribe, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. It's been a month, bro. 1 month. 1 month and we already got to 100, almost 100, bro. And I'm kind of proud of myself. I think I'm moving somewhere. I think I'm getting somewhere. I don't know. And I know somebody said something about my room. Bro, I'm live in the hood, bro. This is a project. Nigga, just yesterday while I was doing a reaction, they had a fight outside and cops and shit. I just got isolation. That's what it's called. Noise isolation. I just got that. A lot of shit be going around here. This is one of the best projects on the hill. We got a fucking 4 bedroom in this bitch. Yeah, you probably think it's trashy 'cause I got a trash bag up there. Yeah, trash bag for when that can get full, dump it out. Got a little fan. The bed I had to make myself. A sofa that came out of a truck. A Juice WRLD poster. A African woman thing. 2 skeletons hanging themselves dying together 'cause they female and wife. Monkey, fucking crate, fucking. Okay, I got a scale up there. I can't tell y'all what that's for. I can't tell y'all what that. But fucking Star Wars book. I'm a nerdy ass hood nigga, bro. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just a regular dude that's doing reactions. Like I'm not outside doing that hoodlum shit. I'm trying to make a better way for myself. I'm going to school, trying to become a mechanic, all that dumb shit, bro. Just have a little respect for me. That's all I'm saying. But love y'all niggas. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. And yeah, the more you know, the more you know. Anybody else want me to react to something else? Put it in the comments, cause I'm gonna react to it if I see that comment. Love y'all niggas. I'm about to head up.